everybody, and welcome to our back to school fall edition of Cooking with Coastline. And I have two wonderful, easy recipes to make for those hungry teenagers, hungry kids who are coming home from school. We're going to be making apple chips. So instead of, the kids coming home and wanting, some potato chips, this is a much healthier and fun alternative to those salty, fatty snacks. And then here I also have peanut butter and jelly granola bars. Super easy to make and only require just a couple of ingredients. So we're going to start on our apple chips. Now I have here Fuji apples and Braeburn apples. I tend to like a mixture of the two. Braeburn, especially in my house, seems to go over really, really well. They're so sweet and juicy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to core the apples, and this is super easy to use. My 4-year-old actually helped me core some apples at home yesterday. So you just take the little device, move it until it goes all the way through at the bottom. Juicy apple, perfect. There we go. And now I'm going to slice my apples about 1/8 of an inch thick. Now I have a mandolin slicer, but if you don't have a mandolin slicer at home, that's totally fine. You can use, you can just slice them with a knife. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit here. Okay. All right. And so now I'm just going to start slicing. I love this thing at home. It's so easy. You can cut potatoes, do scallop potatoes with it. You can cut up zucchini, squash. It's so, so easy. And look at that. Slices them perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Just going to stick this back on. Here we go. Okay. So I'm just going to put these right into my bowl over here. So, so, so easy. Okay. And what I have here are 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. There we go. And a couple of teaspoons of sugar. So this is more of a sweet after-school snack. And you're just going to make sure that everything is well mixed together. Okay. Now you don't have to use sugar if you don't want to. I find that apples are naturally sweet on their own, but sometimes it's nice to have just a little bit of extra sugar on it. Not too much, but just a little bit. Okay. So once these are all mixed through, I have my oven already set for 200 degrees. It's already preheated. And I sprayed and lined my pans with a little bit of Pam. So now, I'm just going to put these over here. And you want to make sure too that you don't overcrowd the pan because you want the apples to get dehydrated when they're in the oven. And if they're overcrowding each other, you're probably going to have some that are a little soggy. Nobody wants soggy chips. Okay. All right. And you can actually keep these in your house for up to 4 days as long as they're in an airtight container. Okay. Almost done here. Yes, I had my 4-year-old help me make these the other day. They were super fun, super easy, and it's another way to get those fruits in there, Because my daughter tends to be a little picky, so sometimes us moms, we have to think outside the box, don't we? Okay. So once these are all in your pan, they're going to go in the oven for about 2 to 3 hours. So I know that seems like a long time, but again, you want the apples to become dehydrated, right? So that way they're really crispy and crunchy. Okay, I'll just put a couple of small ones over here. Whoop. Okay. Broken pieces. My husband loves the broken pieces. That does not bother him any. Okay. So again, so these are going to go in the oven for anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. I'm just going to put these over here for right now. And now I'm just going to move over here where we have our peanut butter and jelly granola bars. Absolutely delicious, delicious recipe, and so easy to make. So we're going to start off with 3 cups of rolled oats. I'm just going to put that right in here. And I have about 1/4 cup of hot water in the pan. And I have 1/2 cup of peanut butter. Now, if you have any kiddos who have allergies, you don't have to use peanut butter. You could use sunflower butter or almond butter. Any kind of nut butter will do, really. Okay. And now I have some strawberry preserves over here. We're only going to use 1/2 of them for right now. It's 1/2 cup currently. We're only going to put 1/2 of them in because the other 1/2 we're going to use to smear on the top right before they go in the oven. Okay, and we also have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and so you just want this to mix just until everything is really creamy, really smooth. You don't want to overcook it, but you want to make sure that everything is all balanced right through, which should maybe take about 1 to 2 minutes or so. It doesn't take very long. Here we go. That looks nice. And if you have any kiddos too that have any gluten allergies, I purchased this one here that is gluten-free. Oats are naturally gluten-free, but some of the plants that process them, they may process other things that contain gluten in their factory. So this one is great if you have any kiddos that may have that allergy. Bob's Red Mill makes gluten-free, and there are a ton of other ones. They just have to specifically say gluten-free on them. Okay, so this looks just about done. Here we go. Turn this off. And now I'm just going to add it to my mixture. Now, if you wanted, you could add some chopped nuts to it. You could add some shredded coconut, dried fruit, anything really. All depends on what you like. My daughter tends to be very plain Jane, you know. She just likes the very basic things. All right. So I'm just going to mix this until it's all evenly coated. Ooh, and I bet if you were to add chocolate chips to this mixture right now, that would be really good too. Okay. So once these are all mixed, I have a pan already that's sprayed with Pam. Okay. And I have a smaller pan because I tend to like my granola bars just a little bit thick. But if you like them extra crunchy, you can choose a longer pan if you want. Okay, very good. So it's going to go right into our pan right here. See, so easy. You could totally have this done before the kiddos come home from school. And I'm telling you, it's going to satisfy any appetite. All right, so I'm just going to smooth this over, just like this. You know, and a lot of granola bars today, they're usually really high in fat and sugar, you know. Sometimes it's best, you know, just to make your own things, you know, and it's surprising how simple it really is. I mean, what did this take me? Maybe 5 minutes to do, 10 minutes, and you got granola bars right here. Okay, so now I just take the leftover preserves and I'm just going to sprinkle them on the top. Here we go. And again, I like strawberry personally, but you know, you could do grape if you wanted. You could do a marmalade. You can do any kind that you want. Okay. Just give it a little bit of a smear. Here we go. And now these are going to go in the oven for about 25 minutes. at 350 degrees. And they're done. And they are done. And now with the finished product, here we go. We have apple chips and granola bars. And I'm telling you what, any kid is going to like these. They're super fun. If you're having a fall harvest theme going on in your house or a party, these would be a great addition, a healthier option to have. They should be really crispy, really crunchy. Thank you so much for watching this fall special. For more episodes, go to our YouTube channel, Cooking Healthy with Coastline, or visit dartmouthtv.com. See you next time.